Hey everybody, Livingston here. We're about to jump into The Prince of Egypt, 1998 classic starring the voice talents of Val Kilmer, Sandra Bullock, Ray Fiennes, Patrick Stewart, you name it. There's all kinds of people in this movie, and it's a really good watch. And I wanted to watch it because it's actually on a list that I started back in 2021. And if you've been following me for a little bit, I started a list that's had like Tarzan at number 5, Aladdin at number 4, and this is my number 3, which is like a year after I made the Aladdin video, so I need to probably get back on that list and get down to my 2 and 1. But I also thought it would be a pretty good idea to maybe do a video about the 10 Commandments, do a comparison video where I watched the 1956 version and maybe kind of go back and forth on which scenes are the best and worst out of both movies, which scores are the best, and who played Moses the best out of Charlton Heston and the voice talent of Val Kilmer. I don't know, I thought it would be pretty interesting, and let me know, comment below if you want to see that, and I'll go ahead and do it, since we're in this time of year anyways. Also, I'm watching the X-ray version of this, where they kind of go through and give us a little bit of trivia, and you can find that on Amazon Prime when you rent or buy a movie, or even stream it. They have little trivia facts, and I'll go through and actually read some of those facts, and learn about the movie as we're watching it. So, let's give it a go. The voice of God, to avoid controversy, was played by all of the major actors. The actors were told to whisper the lines, so none would dominate the performance. But by the time they would go around to having Val Kilmer read his lines, they realized they needed someone to be louder. You still can hear the rest of the cast whispering beneath Kilmer's voice in God's lines. It's a nice little trivia before we actually jump into the movie. And we're starting it right now. I love the score to this movie. It's so angelic. The Prince of Egypt. And the music was done by Hans Zimmer, who did The Dark Knight, Inception. I love the visuals. For an animated film, they just don't hold back on some of the depravity and harshness that society brought back during that time. Usually they water it down a little bit. I'm glad they don't in this. Really mistake when Moses' mother, brother, and sister are hiding from the Egyptians, do you see a group of soldiers running fast. However, the only things that pass are the soldiers' shadows. The soldiers have been left out. This is odd general trivia. Val Kilmer broke his arm while filming The Doors when he performed a jump from the stage into the crowd and the stuntman failed to catch him. The injury had left Val Kilmer with an abnormal growth on his left elbow that can clearly be seen many times in Heat, 1995. Good movie, but weird trivia to have in The Prince of Egypt. Be still, love, don't cry. Afra Haza recorded her famous river lullaby while singing to a baby doll to allow herself to express as much emotion as possible. You can hear it. This is one of the films where animation and CGI animation started coming into the fold, and they were starting to blend the two, and I think this movie does it really well in comparison to others. Tarzan is in the mix too, but I think this is better than Tarzan when it comes to how they blend both animation and CG animation. Val Kilmer has played 2 legendary rock and roll musicians, Jim Morrison and Elvis Presley. Bonus points if you know when he played Elvis Presley. Comment below, let me know. I want to see which one of you people know. I'll give you a hint, it's a rated R movie. We'll hear this tune again. Enter Val Kilmer and Ray Fiennes, which is spelled Ralph, but Rafe sounds cooler. Yes, how about now? This is a reference to Ben-Hur. Moses and Ramesses do a chariot race, and that's very popular in Ben-Hur, which I've actually never watched all the way through. I've watched a scene here and there. We need to do a reaction to Ben-Hur. You've always looked up to me. Yes, but it's not much of a view.
Why do the gods torment me with such reckless, destructive...
Oh, we know this voice. Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard himself.
When I pass into the next world, then you will be the morning and evening star.
The morning and the evening star. That's a constant thing you'll hear in this. Very much something that's laid down through his son. Like, I'm sure his father said the same thing to him and his father before him.
You will never have to carry a burden like the crown I will pass to Ramesses.
I like that shot. That's epic. Oh, that was a good transition. I like that transition.
The weak link in the chain. That's what he called me.
You are rather pathetic.
We're late for the banquet, for example?
Uh-oh. Hurry up.
Nobody will even notice us coming in.
Yay! Everyone noticed.
Someone thought he just needed the opportunity.
That's the voice of Helen Mirren, which you should know who Helen Mirren is. I currently am enjoying her in 1923. Great show. Part of the Yellowstone universe, basically. But if you haven't seen Yellowstone in general, you should definitely jump on top of that.
For your delectation and delight, an exotic apparition.
That's Steve Martin. Again, you should know who that is. And that's Michelle Pfeiffer. She hasn't spoken yet, but she will. There's a scream.
Set me free!
Still.
Let me go!
No. This was the most expensive non-Disney animated theatrical movie ever made at the time, which was beaten out by Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I like that movie, The Spirits Within. I've not seen that in a long time. It'd be interesting to revisit that one.
As Royal Chief Architect.
Hooray, Moses! Hooray. Life is great. Ain't nothing bad's gonna happen now. Ooh, silhouette. It's not her, though. That'd just be an odd position for her to be sitting in general. She's pretty good. Cards. Caesar. There was a study done of the faces of beautiful women, quantifying the ratio of the width of the mouth to the width of the nose, attempting to find the perfect proportions for the perfect face of feminine beauty. The movie star with the most perfect proportions for feminine facial beauty based on this measure turns out to be Michelle Pfeiffer.
A long journey ahead of me. May God protect you.
That's the voice of Sandra Bullock.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so...
Dear Lord.
I knew you cared about our freedom.
Freedom? Why would I care about...
We all know that voice. It's old Jeff Goldblum, man.
Our brother.
What?
I do like his show, The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Told you?
Who never told me what?
You must know.
Be careful, slave.
Oh,
Don't call her that.
she's exhausted from the day's work. We quite enjoyed it, but she's confused.
I've ever known, all I ever wanted.
I like this song, but it's probably my least favorite in the soundtrack.
With my father, mother, brother, oh so noble, oh so strong.
The one singing is Amick Byram, which he sounds very close to Val Kilmer. I do remember liking this. It's if the hieroglyphics actually tell the story, which it does. That's what it's signifying, but I just like they're animating it to show. It's pretty horrible to think about that this is a part of history, human history, that people can be this dismissive of others just because they're different or they believe in different things, that you just dismiss them outright because of it. What a dream. I'm dreaming in hieroglyphics. It's true. You'd think that was something that should have been hidden, not really told to the general public, because I would think a lot of people, even the Egyptians, probably thought that was probably not thrilled with that outcome, but I don't know, I wasn't alive then.
They were only slaves.
Ouch. That hurts. When you find out someone you respect believes that.
This is your home, my son.
Singing for Helen Mirren is Linda Diane Shane. Now you're starting to notice.
Stop it! Somebody's got to stop this!
Moment of truth, Moses. No! He didn't make it. You killer. No one's crying about it.
Moses!
See ya.
Moses!
Guy likes to yell his name. Footprints just wash away. I like that they treat this movie very seriously. The score is beautiful. Of course, it's Hans Zimmer. Just the way they animate it. I mean, they really took their time. Oh, that hurt. I wouldn't want to be wearing metal in the sun. That's got to be hot. I'm not sure it would happen that quick. Bet that would get all the dead skin off. When Moses is dragged by the camel, his arm is looped through a brown bag filled with water. Just before his head hits the well, his arm is looped through a red strap. I wonder how they missed that.
Hey, you! Aren't these your camels?
No!
You.
What? I helped you live.
That's why Papa says she'll never get married.
You are most welcome.
That's Danny Glover.
Sit with me.
Okay.
Please, sir, I wish you wouldn't. I've done nothing in my life worth honoring.
She sees that he wants to change. Could be love.
A single thread in a tapestry.
It's one of my favorite songs in this movie. It's sung by Brian Strokes Mitchell.
You must look at your life.
Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
I don't know how.
It's very catchy. I do like the transition of time that they have through this song too. Showing the love, showing the romance, showing how he becomes who he is supposed to be in life. A shepherd of men and women through life. But you gotta start with baby steps, so he's, starting with sheep.
To look at his life through heaven's eyes.
Yay, they're married! Hurrah, hurrah! Good morning. Beautiful. That's my favorite musical piece of this entire movie is the score. But just that little score when God is around.
Who are you?
I am that I am.
Val Kilmer provided a voice for both Moses and God. Charlton Heston is reported to have played both parts in the Ten Commandments, though some have disputed this.
But I was their enemy, the son of the man who slaughtered their children.
Yeah, but you're the one that turned. You're the one that was shown that it's not right.
Who made man's mouth? Who made the deaf, the mute, the seeing, or the blind? Now go!
In the Bible, God is vengeful, but at the same time, he can be very compassionate when he wants to be.
So I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt.
Yeah, I think that would be a bit on the life-changing side of things. We gotta pot that bush. That's some good stuff. I must tell everybody. You think they would believe him? I mean, I'm pretty sure they do in this. Like, yeah, they believe him, but their belief is more based on faith. His is more based on, like, actual fact that he saw it with his own eyes. It would just be kind of hard for me to swallow. I'd have to be shown some sort of, something. Like, look, can I see this burning bush? Can you walk me back up to that cave and show me? Maybe I can talk with him. But she was just like, I believe.
I'm coming with you.
Well, that's support there. I like their transition of time in this. I mean, that was, again, a simple little thing showing that it was the same framing, but then they just changed the background. Who is it?
Ramesses.
Moses! Where have you been? I took you for dead.
Well, this is the last time they'll be happy together.
We are compelled to remind you that this man committed a serious crime against the gods.
The other one was Steve Martin, is Martin Short. Of course it would be. They were in a lot of things together. They make a good duo.
I pardon forever all crimes of which he stands accused.
Hooray! What a good brother.
But things cannot be as they were.
I see no reason
Why not? I'm married. I am now Hebrew. Former Disney chairman Jeffrey Katzenberg had always wanted to do an animated movie of the Ten Commandments. When Katzenberg's partners, filmmaker and Emblem Entertainment founder Spielberg, seen this, we're talking about projects, he said, hey, why don't you do one about the Ten Commandments? So that's how it happened in 1994.
By the power of Ra.
This movie is banned in Malaysia, Maldives, and Egypt.
Nephthys, Nakbet, Sawbek.
Hooray! What a show. Yeah, but look how cool that is. Can your snakes do that? And his snakes ate their snakes.
Ramesses, look. What do you see?
People building my stuff. Of course, his head's above his father's head. I guess his son would do the same.
And I can no longer hide in the desert while they suffer at your hands.
What? Take this ring.
I'm sorry.
I had hoped.
No, his angry scowl.
I do not know this god. Neither will I let your people go.
You'll know him pretty quick, though. Probably listen. He won't, but he should.
Let my people go!
Yeah? Use the staff, Moses. I don't know if that would stop me from getting to him, though. Yeah, it's blood, but it's not gonna hurt you.
By the power of Ra!
Since it was one of the most highly anticipated movies of 1998, The Prince of Egypt was sent to theaters under the title Edgar Allan to disguise the real title before the world premiere.
This must now be finished.
No, Ramesses.
This is just the beginning.
But there is one thing he cannot take away from you. Your faith.
It's good to have.
Once I called you brother. Once I thought the chance to make you laugh.
That's an awesome effect. I do like this. This is very much of something you would hear in theater, like two characters going back and forth, almost like arguing with one another. Oh, that's an awesome shot. So is that. Looks like a prize fighter poster. Oh no. A darkness spreads across the land. Changes were made to the story to make it work as an animated feature. Here's a short list of differences between the movie and the biblical account of Exodus. Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's daughter, not his wife. Moses killed the Egyptian slave master. The words used in Hebrew suggest that this was done intentionally. Aaron supported Moses from the beginning and even helped perform some of the miracles of God. Aaron did not doubt Moses. It was Aaron who turned his staff into a snake and turned the water of the Nile into wine.
Ramesses?
You in here?
Ramesses?
Hello?
Oh, you want me to let your people go?
That's what was in the song.
Isn't that the man who did all this?
Yes, but one must wonder why.
Because you won't let his people go. It's pretty easy.
I will not be threatened. I am the morning and the evening star.
Yeah, we know.
My father had the right idea about how to deal with your people.
Oh, gone too far. I like how history repeats themselves, thinking he has to do what his father did in order to get them in line. And God sees this, and Moses knows what's coming.
Ramesses, you bring this upon yourself.
Yeah, he did.
God has come to me again, saying, take a lamb, and with its blood mark the lintel and posts of every door. I shall pass through the land of Egypt and smite all the firstborn.
Yep, this is the vengeful part of God, that Old Testament God. I do enjoy the effect. It's pretty cool how they show what death is coming for the firstborn of Egypt. Plus the animation is just on par. They really looked into the style, how they were going to do this. It's just beautifully done. It's almost surreal. Again, this is another dark element that is in a children's movie. I mean, like this right here. I remember that hand flopping out. I mean, it's some dark stuff. Nowhere to go. You know, the way they did the light. It almost reminded me of 1917. There's a part where you see flares up in the sky, and the way that it's moving, it makes the shadows move on the buildings, almost like what you've seen here. Yep. Pretty sad. You should have listened. I told you.
You and your people have my permission to go.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Leave me!
Well, if you just listened, you wouldn't have had this problem. I don't know. You can kind of go back and forth and understand eye for an eye. They did the same thing to their people, so I know that's in the Bible, but at the same time, it's like, God, there's a lot of innocence there you just took away. I don't know. It's a tough one. I just wouldn't be for it. Are we free? Can we go? Here comes the song.
Many nights we've prayed.
The main song. It's the most powerful one.
Although we know there's much to fear.
While promoting The Prince of Egypt, Val Kilmer visited 6 countries in 5 days, stopping in Amsterdam, Rome, Madrid, Berlin, Paris, and Zurich. It's a lot of traveling.
When you believe.
Singing for Sandra Bullock is Sally Dworsky. And a little interesting trivia. Sandra Bullock was considered for the role of Lois Lane in a proposed relaunch of the Superman franchise by Warner Brothers, and was also considered for the role of Wonder Woman in a film adaptation that was never made. I don't know how I'd feel about her as Wonder Woman. Lois Lane I can see, though.
Somehow you will.
Kid over there catching his breath. I like the little details. The production team and executive producer Jeffrey Katzenberg conferred with roughly 600 religious experts to make this movie as accurate and faithful to the original story as possible. After previewing the developing movie, all of the religious scholars, experts, and leaders associated in the making of this movie noted that the studio executive listened and responded to their ideas, and praised the studio for reaching out for comment from outside sources. Well, that's good. At least they made the experts happy. Not a lot of studios do that. I like the background. It looks like an oil painting. Very powerful song. And this actually won for Best Music for an Oscar. It was also nominated for Best Score, Hans Zimmer. Didn't win, but at least it got nominated. No, Ramesses, just let it go. You lost. God is not happy. I like it. Fire from the ocean. That would make you think twice. I mean, well, you would just quit right there. Once the fire showed up, I mean, even after the children have died, it's like, okay, you still haven't gotten it? Now you got a big ball of fire coming down from the heavens. What are you going to do about that? Not much. I think I would just say, you know what, let's go home, guys. It's not worth it anymore. We've lost so many people. Here comes the moment. The moment we've all been waiting for.
You shall do my wonders.
Here we go. Boom! Beautiful. Love it. It was originally intended that a woman and child's voice would be also used as God, but it was decided that might offend some viewers. Hence, Val Kilmer played the voice of God also. I don't know how it would offend anybody. I kind of like the idea that it was a man, woman, and child being the voice of the Almighty. That it wasn't just one, it was all. I can go with that. He's a believer now. He's like, heck yeah, I got nothing to fear. I love this visual. Just having that as a still hanging on the wall. That's just art.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd be a little like, can we speed it up? God's timing. Like, let's turn this off. Have these people kind of get pissed off, run after them, and then once they get so far in, we start closing down the water. That's how vengeful God is. He's just like, I want to kill them and then leave the king. Hurry it up. Time to go. The other side. Yep, there you go. Man. That had to hurt. Alright, we made it. Hooray! We did it. I like how they even had some Egyptians, like, bailed, too. Like, I'm gonna go with these people. Which they share in the Bible, they leave out the part that they roamed the deserts for, like, 40 years before they actually found where they belonged. It's a long time to walk. Might have been an exaggerated number in the Bible. I don't know. Ralph Fiennes was considered for the title role of the Saint in 1997, which went to Val Kilmer. I do like that final shot. There's a lot of wide, epic shots in this.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye. On to happier times. Well, in this movie. Everything is great.
They are free.
Because of you. Here are the 15, no, 10 commandments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to check out History of the World Part 1. Here, Part 2 is coming out pretty soon on Amazon Prime. Looking at all the people at the bottom, they're just all moving around. It's something very simple. You can barely see and make out what it is, but such compacted, it looks like people just kind of wandering around from the distance in a massive crowd. Here's that musical cue we heard early in the movie. And it's over. And that was it. That was The Prince of Egypt. And I gotta say, one of my favorite films when it comes to hand animated, and that's why it's number 3 on my list. And what did you think? Is it number 3 on your list? Is it even on your list? Let me know, comment below, tell me what you think, and while you're at it, please subscribe. Until next time, see you later.